Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Chilling and Grilling for Father's Day. I hope everyone who's watching, whether you're a father yourself or whether you're celebrating today with your father, wherever you may be in the United States or Israel or around the world, I hope you're enjoying your special day with your family. Hello to the fathers on our webinar as well. As always in the chat, why don't you put your name, your location that you're calling in from today, and any wish that you'd like to share for your father or for your children if you're a father yourself, and how you're celebrating Father's Day today. We all know that it's a long-standing tradition in the United States, and I think Father's Day has made its way to Israel as well. And today we have a very special webinar. I don't think we've done this before, where we've had fathers and sons on camera together celebrating Father's Day together as a family. So we're very, very lucky to have wonderful pitmasters and chefs, both from the United States, in Boca Raton outside of Miami, and in Tel Aviv, Israel. We have Chef Ziv Ruder, who some of you may remember from last year on Memorial Day, who cooked with us and did a wonderful job. And we've brought him back for more because our audience couldn't get enough of him. So Ziv is there with his father Moshe in Israel, and we'll be hearing from them shortly. Ziv Ruder is a pitmaster and the owner of Hamashana Restaurant, which is the pioneer Israeli smokehouse. It's known for its family style fare. And Noam in Miami got to visit him there and had a huge meal recently, which we'll hear more about in a little bit. And Ziv's passion for the art of smoking meat was a catalyst for many other smokehouses that were created and built in Israel after he started the trend. And with his father Moshe, he designed and built over 7 kinds of cooking tools that remain loyal to the old smoking techniques. He's an innovator in the art of smoking in Israel, and he has future plans for his restaurant, which we also look forward to hearing about. He's active on social media. You can all follow him there, and we'll put that information in the chat and an email to you later on for those who want to learn more about Ziv. We also have Chef Noam Weiss, who's there with his sons, Gabe and Seth in Boca. We see you on screen and we love your matching outfits. It's very impressive. And Noam travels all over the United States, often with his sons, competing in a variety of barbecue competitions. He loves to eat barbecue wherever it may be. He's the inventor of the Trompo King, which is a meat stacking device that's sold worldwide. He uses it to make shawarma, gyro, Al Pastor. He's been featured in many magazines. He's also super active on social media. He's an influencer along with his sons. And he has a very unique, I think 40-foot RV that he often travels with, and people tend to spot him wherever he may go and want to know more about his cooking and ways that they can eat some of what he serves. And I heard that his neighbors also next door may be smelling what he's cooking and coming over for a bite as well. So thank you both for joining us. And why don't you share a little bit about yourselves and what we have in store today for our audience. Ziv, let's start with you.
Okay, so actually I'm the only pitmaster. My dad is just like grill stuff, but in the restaurant he's the one who's doing our special pickles.
Wow.
So yeah. This is a watermelon. We're going to show you how we're doing this. This is cabbage, carrots. It's doing a lot of stuff. And, turnip, it's called, I think. Turnip, yep. Yeah. So today we're not going to show any meats. Well, I can show you some meats if you want. I'm not going to show you how we're doing them.
Wow.
This is for the guests tonight. They're supposed to be here in like an hour. And basically, my dad's going to show us his secret on the pickles. And that's it for today.
And Ziv, tell us, what got you into cooking and smoking and barbecue? What made you so interested in food and in creating such innovative, types of cooking in Israel?
Actually, I was starting maybe when I was 15 or 16 in some restaurants. It's not only meat, all kind of restaurants. And then actually I decided I'm going to quit this job and left for the States. I've been in Denver, Colorado for 2.5 years, and some in Texas, in Tennessee, and stuff like that. And I find out about the art of smoking. I was starting to learn about this in YouTube and stuff like that, and tasting. And when I came back, I decided I'm going to do it. And I started in my backyard, and one thing lead to another, and here we are today.
Wonderful. And have you always been cooking alongside your father? Are you always?
Yeah, actually, at home, he's the one in charge on all the salads and the jams and stuff like that. He's like the sous chef. He's always like to cut stuff, and like my mom is the one who's doing the spices and actually cooking, but he's the one. Without him, she's not gonna do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, and another thing, all the restaurant he actually built, and this huge smoking, he actually built it on his own.
Wow.
I planned it, and he's the one who done it.
And is your father your inspiration, or do you have other role models in Israel who sort of tried to emulate as a chef?
I'm not sure how to answer that, but I picked a lot of stuff from all over.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Well, he's my role model in a lot of stuff, but not really in the kitchen.
Sure. Well,
when we were young, he was taking me to camping and stuff like that, and playing with fire, from like cooking in the yard. He was doing that, yeah.
So it rubbed off on you a little bit.
What?
It rubbed off on you a little bit in your career and in your work.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing more of what you're making for us today. And Noam, tell us about how you started in this field. I know you mentioned you went to school in New York and you were going to be a doctor potentially, and then you shifted careers into something totally different. So how did that happen?
Well, I just like Ziv, I started in the restaurant industry at a very young age. I worked in an Italian restaurant starting at 15 years old. And I love the passion of food, but what got me hooked on the barbecue world was when you see people sit down and eat barbecue together. They could be the worst enemies, but once they start eating together, they become best friends. And that's what really drew me into the barbecue community, the barbecue world. Mm-hmm. And I ended up in finance and still have the company today with my business partner for 22 years. And it affords us the opportunity to go travel the United States and eat the best barbecue and meet the best chefs and pitmasters. And we had the opportunity of meeting Ziv and his amazing restaurant in Israel. And it was a great opportunity, and what a host and what a chef he is.
Thank you.
And Gabe and Seth, were you always looking to follow in your father's footsteps as chefs and pitmasters as well?
Yeah, I always loved tasting the barbecue, and now I love cooking it.
And how old are you both?
14.
I'm 12.
Okay. So you have some time to get to where your father is.
Well, I started these two when they were about 4 years old.
Wow.
I purchased them their own grill and their own accessories. Hand me the heat gloves. And, Jewish mama said, well, what about the fire? What about the cutting? So we actually created Kevlar heat gloves. So you could pick up hot coal, hot burning wood. It's rated up to 1,000 degrees. So you can play with fire with the gloves. It was always to protect the kids, but it turned into a good opportunity for us.
And do you barbecue in Florida this time of year? You guys are
We're outside right now. It's about 96, 97 degrees with 100% humidity. It is hot, but we're a little shaded. Give it an hour, we won't have any shade left.
Okay. And do you always dress alike? Is that how you guys always cook together?
Well, this is my uniform. I always wear my black and khakis, but they kind of follow in the footsteps. And we have our cook team shirts. This is our cook team attire. We have our sweatband, and then we have our black shirts. Generally, it's decorated, professional meat stacker.
Awesome. Well, you guys look great together.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for making the time on Father's Day.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's go back to Ziv for a minute, and we want to see a little bit about the cooking apparatus that you and your father Moshe have designed together. If you can tell us a little bit about how that came about, how you designed it, and what you use it for.
What again? I'm sorry.
About the cooking apparatus that you and your father have built together. If you can tell us a little bit about it, we'll show some pictures to the audience of the machine that you've created.
Yeah. Well, we got 3 doors. Actually, in morning time, we light up the fire with pecan woods, which I have here. Yeah, like these big chunks.
Wow.
We're putting inside. Now at this time, when the meat is already ready, we are just using charcoals just to keep it warm. And whenever anything is ready, we're putting it on the side just to keep it warm. So we're going to serve it. And in my restaurant, we actually, I'm not sure. There's some vegetable, the side dishes. And there's some potatoes. Well, in the restaurant, we have specific hours that we host. Like all the customers are going to come today at the same time. So we're going to serve it just like an event. I'm not sure how to say that. A catering. We serve the same thing to everybody. So it's easy.
Yeah. And we see some pictures on the screen of you guys building. Yeah.
This is like maybe 6, 7 years ago. Oh, maybe 8 years ago. When we built the same machine. And it took us maybe 3 months to build everything. And step by step, oh, this is the big sign in the front. And step by step, maybe like 6 months till we had everything. And there was no other machine like that in the world that you had to build it yourselves? No, yeah, everybody makes a pit smoker, but I made this. I consult an engineer, tell him how big I want it, what do I need. We made some kind of plans, and we just start working on it, and just to make sure that everything is in the right size.
And are other restaurants sort of copying your style now and building similar?
Yeah, kind of. Well, everybody's doing their style. You know, I'm not feeling very competition about it. Yeah. But I think I'm the only one still that makes serving from the smoker outside. Like most of the restaurants have a small smoker. They smoke it, they keep it cold, and when somebody orders, you just warm it up and serve it. Well, I work a bit differently. I think that makes a difference.
And for those in the audience who don't speak Hebrew, can you tell us the name of your restaurant? What does it mean, and where did the name come from?
Amal Shena. It's actually 2 words in Hebrew. It's the smoker itself and the place that you smoke inside. Like it's like smokehouse and the smoking pit. It's the same word.
Great. And Noam, you've also built something with your son, something new. The Trompo King, which I had never heard of before I met you recently. So can you tell the audience how that invention came about? And is it the first one of its kind in the world also, or?
Well, we created the trend, and now there's about 22 knockoffs on Amazon of our design. But we're the only ones that still use 4 pounds of 304 solid stainless steel, and they're all still hand done and hand polished. So it's a quality thing. This is our tailgater. This is our 8-inch, and then we also make a larger one, a 13-inch. And this one comes with an 8-inch spike. So you can travel with this. We usually cook when we're traveling on the RV. It's a little tailgater, and it holds about 5 pounds of meat. So the birth of Trompo King occurred back about 5 years ago. We were traveling through Mexico City, and we had tacos al pastor, which is very similar to shawarma or a gyro, where they're slicing the meat off of this huge trompo. Can you mute the meter? And sorry about that.
Just tap this.
Just take it. Thank you.
Okay.
And we wanted to recreate it back here at home. And we were using bamboo skewers and like an onion base. And every time we put it in the smoker, it would tip over. So I had my machinist make something similar to this. It was actually a tacked square with a spike going through it. It wasn't interchangeable. And I posted it on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. And within 24 hours, I think we had over 1 million likes, visitors, hits, whatever you want to call it. Where can I buy one? And it became, the Trompo King became a real company, basically overnight.
Does the word trompo mean something?
In Spanish, it means top, and that's what the rotating pits that you see, those, they call them trompos. So I just figured, hey, we'll call it the Trompo King. And ours is stationary because you have 360 degrees of heat in your smoker, or your cooker, or your oven. So it doesn't need to rotate. And the ones that you see in Mexico City or in Israel, the Middle East, or even in Greece, they don't fully cook the center like we do. Ours is fully cooked all the way through, and then you just cut it down versus just cutting off pieces that are cooked at a time.
Wow. So I think we're going to share a short video about the Trompo King so the audience can see what it's like in action in a real life cooking situation. Great. So let's show the short video.
Welcome to Trompo King. Trompo King bus right here, all 40 feet of it, fully decked out, ready to roll. You want to see us? Tell us where you want us to be. We'll be at any cooking competition in the United States. Check out our tours this summer as well. If you want us to stop by, we'd be more than happy to roll through. Want to go take a look? Want to see what's inside? Let's do it. So the fun starts right when you get in. Come in to the left. This is one of the coolest things. It's a televator, 70-inch TV that's coming out of the wall. This way it gets tucked away when you're driving, or you can roll while you're driving. So this is my little work area right here. When we're not traveling, of course I need this driver's seat to drive. But then another cool part is we got another queen bed that drops down. Now I'm going to run you over to the dinette. This one again converts into a queen size bed, and this, you know, we can have a little lunch, a little dinner, a little breakfast over here. Now I'm going to take you right into our kitchen. Of course, the wifey always needs the air fryer ninja. Got our full microwave here, so you never know when you need to warm something up when you're on the road. We got our full 26 cubic foot residential refrigerator. So what does the Trompo King roll with? Pork butts, tacos al pastor marinating. Of course, we got to have all our drinks here, and you know, having a full refrigerator on this bus, how can you roll without some tomahawks? Gotta have the hawks with you. Here we have our full bathroom, of course, regular toilet like you would in your house, and a full shower. Now what does mamas always need? Washer dryer. Now this is a combo, washes and dries. Now I'm going to show you where the magic really happens. Here's the master bed. Here's our king size bed within an RV, and we got another big TV here, and our little storage area. This thing's a monster. Always got to rock your Trompo King cup. Be a professional meat stacker. So when you're kicking it outside and you're done cooking for the night, you got your entertainment. Now when it's too windy or too rainy, or if there's too much sun on you, I got 23 feet of awning. And now you're in the shade, and everything's controlled by my phone. So I want to thank my sponsors. Chairman's Reserve, the best, highest quality meat that you could possibly get. We're to Mr. Barbecue. You want to talk about the best barbecue equipment in the industry, you check out Mr. Barbecue. If you guys haven't tried Five Monkeys barbecue sauce, you are missing out. They have 3 flavor profiles that are out of this world. Then we go over to ThermoWorks. Again, the best instant read thermometers that you can get in the barbecue business. There's nothing better than ThermoWorks. I got to give a shout out to Red Meat Lovers Club. They share and spread the word of red meat around the world, especially the Wagyu. Finally, we have Fogo Charcoal, the hottest, cleanest burning charcoal in the industry. That's all I use on any of my 9 smokers that we utilize. Got my cotton gin right here, and it's time to pull off the Trompo King. We have our 4-spike system going, and this thing is ready to go. Now we're gonna carve the al pastor. Look at that. Guys, I want to thank you for taking the tour with me on the Trompo bus. Again, you want to see us at your location, we'll be more than happy to. Show up wherever you want us. We love barbecuing for the community. We love bringing people together. We love barbecue. So come visit us. Come look for us. If you see us on the road, tag us. We'll send you a gift. I promise.
Wow. So how many of these have you sold at this point?
How many Trompo Kings?
Yeah.
Thousands. I don't know the number. We just enjoy doing it.
That's awesome. And how does your family get along staying in that RV together and traveling around the country? Is it always fun or a little cramped?
I spend most of the time outside of the RV. I'm an explorer.
Cool.
But yes, we get along most of the time.
Most of the time. And Gabe and Seth, you like it too?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We do have some shawarma marinating here. And Seth was going to go ahead and demo stacking it, and then we have one that's ready to go and carve.
Yes. So let's get into the cooking. Why don't you share with us what you're going to be making for us today?
So we have 4 pounds of chicken thighs marinating, and this is Seth's creation. This is the Trompo King shawarma seasoning. Mm-hmm. And all the proceeds of the sales of the Trompo King shawarma are actually going to go to a fantastic charity in Jerusalem. It's called afikim.org. And what they do is they help underprivileged children realize their true potential. And my older son just had his bar mitzvah and donated his bar mitzvah money to build them an entire outdoor barbecue center. And what Seth is going to do is, what are you making for Afikim? What are you building there?
Basically a video game center that's set up with numerous different consoles and games.
Awesome. And tell the audience where Afikim is.
Afikim is in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have 16 centers throughout Israel. The main one is in Jerusalem, and they serve and they feed 600 children a day.
Wonderful. That's great.
That's great.
Also, we have our headbands too. The headbands all the proceeds are going to Afikim as well. So we could talk through this while Seth is stacking. Let's see, on the other camera, can you see us okay? So he's going to put an onion base. There you go. Got it. Fingers. Good. Okay. There you go. And I'll help you stack as we go. So what you want to do is see how the chicken thighs, the longer you marinate it, the better. I wouldn't let it go more than 3 days. This has been marinating for about 48 hours. And it soaks up all the seasoning. All we did was put a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil with 6 tablespoons of the seasoning. And we just put it in, in an overnight container. You can put it in a Ziploc bag. You can put it in a Cambro or something similar to that, and just let it sit. Go.
Yeah.
Good job. Nice stack.
Wow. Do you ever hurt yourselves by accident with that, or is it pretty safe?
Well, anytime you're cooking, there's always some element of risk. So you're not a true chef until you cut yourself.
That makes sense. Well, the gloves probably help.
Yes. Well, we do have cut gloves, which are also Kevlar, and we also have heat gloves that prevent the. You could actually grab the stainless steel. Go ahead and throw the onion topper on there. Now, while we're still stacking here, beautiful. So that's what it is.
Beautiful.
I just want to compliment Zeev and his dad. We've traveled to over 300 barbecue restaurants around the United States and the world. We've never seen a smoker. When we walked in, I couldn't believe what it was. I thought maybe that's where he hides all his money. But it turns out that it's an amazing, amazing smoker. And it's very true, Zeev, you brought up a good point. Every restaurant I've ever been, every barbecue restaurant I've been to, they smoke it, they rest it, they put it in a hot tray, and then they serve it. Zeev takes it out of the smoker, and he has an amazing staff too. It's hard to find such an amazing staff that he has. But they chop it right there, and it goes right to the table. And it makes such a big difference. Super big difference.
Thank you.
So Z, why don't you show us a little bit about what you and your father are making for us today? I know you mentioned your father handles the pickles.
I have my special seasoning also.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. That's a present for him. We're gonna do some pickles today, but on this season it's gonna be watermelon. Show them that. I'm gonna take the camera to show you. He's using, I'm not sure, it's Parisian spoon, but you can just cut it into cubes. Okay, just a therapy that he'd like to do.
I just did that yesterday at my house.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good. And so tell us what are you doing?
Celery. Celery.
Do you want to translate for him, Steve?
Celery.
Yeah, celery.
Yep, celery.
Some dill.
Mm-hmm.
Dill.
Mm-hmm.
No. And what is this? Is garlic?
Garlic.
2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons.
Okay.
Chili. 2 chili.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now I put the watermelon. And add some chili, some dill.
Celery and garlic, everything? Only
Garlic in the end. And the top.
Okay. So we just put in the middle some more dill.
Okay. And this is your own recipe that you created?
Another 2.
Yeah.
What's the name for this?
What? Sorry.
For what you're making?
Another garlic.
It's a watermelon pickles.
Lemon pickle.
The top.
Oh, we don't have a name for that.
Okay.
And the top. I put the dill.
We put some more dill on top and some celery.
Some celery.
Now, vinegar, hot water, and salt. How many from each one?
Vinegar I took 10%.
He's doing it by his eyes, like my grandma. Okay, you cannot give us the recipe actually.
No.
I've tried this so many times.
1 liter, 2 big cups.
Okay,
2.5 cups.
2.5 big spoons. For how many liters?
1 liter.
For 1 liter.
Hot water. I have to
Stir it. This is mine, sorry.
Yeah.
So this is all just
That's a little bit.
by memory. Yeah.
1 liter, 2.5 cup of spoon. Yeah. That's it.
All the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
After 3 days, it's ready.
3 days. Wow.
Yeah, not so much.
Look at that. So that's after 3 days, what it looks like?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what you see there.
Wow. So you have to be patient for a few days and not get too hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And Ziv, you make it the same way as your father?
After you can put it in the
No,
fridge.
I'm letting him do this every day.
Every day.
After 3 days, you have to put it in the fridge and you can use it 1 month.
1 month. It lasts a long time.
Maybe more. Yeah.
And this is the same. This is,
Yeah. This is,
as you can see.
this is for
Wow.
for this week. It's already made.
Cabbage.
And this is a popular item at your restaurant?
All right.
Yeah, we serve this to every meal. Every time, 3 different pickles.
Mhm.
On the winter, it's got some other vegetable there.
Pickles, and salad,
Yeah,
tomatoes.
pickles, tomatoes.
tomatoes.
Actually, I can show you here. Olives. I'm not gonna say each one. It's gonna take a lot of time, but we have all kinds.
Wow.
Yeah. Another one.
Those are for display or for eating up there?
Actually, those are for display.
Okay.
I was starting with eating them and changing them. It's complicated.
So do pickled foods go well with smoked meat? Is that a good combination?
Yeah, it's kind of it's the same as you use the ginger when you eat sushi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's to refresh the flavors.
Okay. So it's a very quick process to make with the pickled vegetables, and
What?
it takes only a few minutes to make everything.
Yeah.
You just
I also
have
have another. Ben, can you bring me a few araks?
Mhm.
Also have another small thing that I'm going to show you. I'm making a arak, raki.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have about 20 flavors. And this is with just the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
We put it in, it's very simple to make. We just put the cinnamon inside and let it sit for like 15, 70 days, like almost 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it's with apples.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is almonds, my favorites. It's very nice. Tell them no. You like it, didn't you?
Wow.
No, there are. You remember them?
Yeah.
The shots. We start the meal with the shot.
Okay.
And what is the other jar next to you, Ziv? I see another jar behind the
Which one?
pickle. There was one, the other big jar next to the other one next to you on your left hand.
This one?
Yeah.
This is cabbage.
Cabbage.
Oh, that's cabbage. Okay. So you make that too?
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
Everything here is homemade.
Homemade.
Yes. And everything is also Israeli, like made in Israel.
Yeah. Do you have certain places that you like to shop, or where do you get all your vegetables and all your?
I have I don't know how to say. I have a small garden outside, but it's not enough for the restaurant. So we buy some more. And some of the spices, I'm going to Levinsky Street. You know, it's in Tel Aviv. It's like they got some stuff that you cannot find all over. And that's it. Basically, everything is here.
Wonderful.
Small country.
A small country with a lot of good food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Father's Day, my father just got back from Israel and was telling me about how good the Israeli breakfast is and how hard it is to, maintain your weight when you go to Israel because you just want to eat all the time. So much good food on every corner.
That's
So,
true, yeah.
So Noam, I know you just visited Israel.
Yes.
With your family. Tell us about how you met Steve, how you two connected, first online and then in person, and what that experience was like.
So I joined a whole bunch of smoking meats and barbecue groups on Facebook and Instagram. And I think I just announced that, hey, we're going to be in Israel these dates. And Z jumped on it. He goes, an American pitmaster coming to my restaurant? I got to have it. So the second I landed, I think I was still in the plane. I was WhatsApping him saying, we're here. What days are good? And he says, I will clear the table, whatever one you want, you pick the day. And we were in Herzliya, which is north of Tel Aviv. And he was about 35 minutes away. And he says, come tonight. And we were there. And I got to say, I don't ever remember going to Zev's restaurant is an event. It's not just dinner. It's an event. Service starts at 8 o'clock. We didn't get home till 1:30 in the morning. And we had 7 courses, and in between each course, you have your sides. he brings out you these amazing shots of liqueur that he makes to re-stimulate the palate, to get everything digested, and then you go to the next course and the next course and the next. It was never ending. By the third course, I was full.
How many courses did you go through?
Seven meat courses.
Oh my God! On your first night in Israel.
Yeah, but never finished them, no?
The chili.
Yeah, the chili. We took some of it home. It was overwhelming. And his prices, I don't even know how you keep your prices that way with how much meat you serve.
Wow.
Oh, it's not that much.
Very good. No, it's very
generous, but not like all you can eat restaurant.
Right. But it's plenty of food.
So you have to basically not eat all day so that you can make it through the meal or do your best.
Correct. What was your favorite meat?
Probably the picanha.
The picanha? Yeah. How about yours?
Probably the chicken.
The chicken? The turkey?
Yeah.
The turkey. It was so good.
Then you got to eat leftovers for the next week that you were there.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were just as good.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's awesome. How are the pickled vegetables too?
Unbelievable. Moshe, amazing job on the vegetables. They complement the meat so well because you have your saltiness and your beefy, bold flavors, and then you come to something that's really subtle, and it really, really complements each other. And we were pleasantly surprised with some of the vegetables that they grow there versus what we get here in America.
It's a bit different, but it just show you. It's very simple to make.
Very simple.
Yep.
Really.
Garlic, salt, chili.
Not complicated.
No, not at all. And it's very, very simple, yet delicious.
It's different to each kind of food, each kind of vegetable. For carrot, it's different, and for watermelon or something else, it's different.
Oh, good.
Different things.
It's
Most of them
pretty similar to the.
Most of them
no?
pickle we put only chili, dill, and garlic, and some salt. That's all. Not
No vinegar.
not vinegar. Only oil. Only salt. Only salt.
Yeah.
So did you take anything back with you, Noam, for your own recipes that you're gonna try to make down in Miami?
Zeev actually hooked us up with his secret recipes. He wouldn't tell me what's in it. He says next time I have to go buy more from him or get more from him. He wouldn't tell me what's in it, but he gave me the brisket seasoning, the meat seasoning, the lamb seasoning, and the meat seasoning. And I tried to recreate it. We went to the shooks and we tried to mix everything together. I still can't find the right mix, but I did make my own. Yes. Yeah.
So show us how your shawarma is looking. And I see you have some other side dishes alongside it. So how's it looking?
So it took about 90 minutes. This was 4.5 pounds of chicken thighs. It's completely done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve it down. And then we're using a naan bread instead of a pita bread. We're using an Indian naan bread. And I'm going to carve it down here so you can see. And this piece right here, like the crispy edges, those are my favorite.
It's delicious.
All right, Gabe, get it.
So you're making a wrap or a gyro?
We're making basically a non-wrap with hummus. We have homemade Israeli salads. We have marinated red onion, and I'm kind of proud of my creation here because we all love spicy food here. But I made a schlug puree, which is a spicy jalapeno cilantro puree. Generally, it's coarsely chopped. How they serve it in Israel is coarsely chopped. But I pureed it, and it made almost like a schlug mousse.
Mm-hmm. And if there's people that can't handle spicy, is there an alternative?
Just use green peppers rather than jalapenos.
Okay. Looks delicious.
Looks great.
There it is. All right, Rue, you first. Good.
A taste tester.
Yeah, I'll make you one, Gabe.
It is absolutely delicious. All of the flavors are so
Yeah.
Both my boys have exquisite palates. I don't know where they picked it up from. Their palates, my palate's not as good as theirs.
Oh, really? I was going to say there's probably some genetic component, but.
Comes from my better half side. That's for sure.
I see your wife taking video for your social media and for your fans.
Hey, get out.
How many people follow you now on social media?
Trompo King, between all its social medias, has about 85,000.
Right.
And the boys here, between they have about 20,000 total. So between all of us, over 100,000. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That's really good.
Feel free to eat while you're on camera. That's fine. Making all of us hungry, though.
So also, when you're cooking up the shawarma, we always put an onion topper, and then you get the caramelized onion, and it's like butter.
Wow.
Thank you.
So your neighbors may be coming over soon. Probably.
Oh, they'll be here shortly. They smelled the cooker starting 4 hours ago.
I'm sure. So do you eat like this every day? Is this sort of a daily culinary experience? No.
If you look at our Instagram, it looks like we eat like this every day, but generally we donate or give away the food to our friends and family.
That's wonderful. And you cook together every day?
Sometimes Gabe will have a cook that's needed. Sometimes Seth will have a cook that's needed. So Gabe is the youngest influencer, social media influencer for Tyson Foods, which is a national organization here that has Chairman's Reserve products, which is beef, and their pork products. And he does the cooking, and he does the shows influencing and basically showing the types of skills and cooks that he does with their meats.
Wow.
And Seth is the youngest influencer for Razor Griddles, which is a flat top hibachi style cooking apparatus that he's the youngest influencer for Razor Griddles.
Wow. They travel for that, or they do it from home, or how does that?
We do it from home, but we also do travel. Gabe's going to be cooking for a major home improvement store for their CEOs coming up in South Carolina next month to demonstrate his skills and some of the items he uses, especially the Trompo King. And then when we travel, we have a portable razor griddle that Seth uses to make us our breakfast or lunch.
Awesome. Where are you going next? What's the next stop in your RV?
Actually, we're leaving in about 3 hours.
Oh, yeah?
We're heading only 12 miles east of here, and we're doing 2 nights. We just got our RV back. It had some modifications done, so we're just going to make sure everything works. And then the 25th, we're going to be in Tampa. We're going to be at the Pinch a Penny displaying and cooking for a customer appreciation at one of our retailers. We were supposed to be in Denver this weekend cooking at Mile High Stadium, but the RV was under repair and remodification. So we missed that one. But September 16th and 17th, we're going to be in Riverview, Florida. And that one's called Q for a Cause, where all the money donated helps individuals with epilepsy. So there's going to be 100 cook teams coming from around the United States to compete for trophies and cash.
Wonderful. And so when did Gabe and Seth get to, go to school and see their friends and do other things? Or is cooking take over most of your time?
No, having friends and socializing is very important. Obviously, they get to do that during competitions because a lot of people do come up to them and talk to them and discuss things. And there are individuals their age that are also competing. But with school, we stayed virtual. During COVID, when they shut the schools down, they actually stayed virtual and they're enrolled in this magnificent program through Florida. And it's a virtual program and it's fantastic. And they actually, I feel, you like it.
Yeah.
And they still get to see their friends. Their friends are going to meet us tomorrow morning at the RV camp. and we're going to have a full day of barbecuing, jumping in the pool, going fishing.
Sounds great. That's awesome.
Let's smoke fish.
Right? Oh, we're right by the ocean, so we do get a lot of snapper here. Red snapper, yellowtail snapper, red snapper.
Yeah, and I love the background, the trees and the natural beauty in it makes it a beautiful place to do your cooking and grilling.
Yep, thank you.
And Ziv, when are you coming to America to come experience Noam's cooking, since he just visited you in Israel?
Well, I have a plan to come, and the last time I was in mostly on Texas and a bit in NOLA, how you say it? A bit in Arizona, Arizona and Texas mostly. And now the next road trip, I'm going to be, maybe I'll get to Miami. I want to see some of the center and maybe North Carolina and stuff like that. Different kind of barbecue.
Do you visit restaurants or competitions, or what do you do when you come to the States?
No, not really. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it's going to be. It's probably going to be close to the end of the year. We need to check the weather and stuff here on the restaurant. So, because it's going to be for maybe like 2-3 weeks if I'm going this way. So I need to make sure that everything here is going to run safely.
You better come through Miami.
I will. I know. I was in Miami maybe 20 years ago. I need to come back again.
You'll have to cook together and show us all the evidence.
Oh, we will. We should do.
We'll get some good pictures and videos from that. So do you cook with your father every day, or what's your relationship like, and sort of being in the same profession together?
Yeah, actually we meet each other a few times a week, because he's coming here to the restaurant also just to help me fixing stuff that's broken, and that's mostly technical stuff, not really in the kitchen.
Yeah. And
we live in the same village. So we just ate together Friday, we see each other a lot, but not really cooking together all the time.
Yeah. And did he raise you in a sort of similar way? Were you cooking from a young age with your father and with your family?
He was encouraging me. He was saying that he was very, I would say, he was telling me the truth. Okay, this is too salty. Okay, you burned this. Okay, you did this. Maybe make it a bit more fluffy. He was giving me, he didn't say always it's great, it's good. Give me, it was hard to get a compliment, and I work on it.
Yeah. And what are your plans next for your restaurant, or for future sort of endeavors in the cooking and grilling world?
Well, I have the first smoker. It's the one it's a trailer. But I'm doing some events with that. Actually, these last 2 years with the COVID-19, I didn't do as much, and I'm planning to rebirth it. And it's very busy in the restaurant in every state, food. And I'm not sure what's going to be next year, but I'm thinking about maybe writing a book. I have few ideas in the. Itamar, how you say Megira?
What?
Megira?
Backup plan?
Yeah, like a backup plan.
Plan B, yeah. A recipe book, or a different kind of book?
Smoking book. How to smoke, all everything about it, and some recipes, of course.
Yeah. But is Tel Aviv, just as busy as it was before COVID, with people going to restaurants and eating out?
We have some problems with the employees. Not everybody wants to work anymore, not the same. And we have few issues with everything got expensive this few months. But we handle it.
So we'll have to visit your restaurant on our next trips to Israel.
Oh, we're here to stay. You're gonna stay, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's an event. I told you.
It sounds like it. I do know that. Yeah.
Show you the outside.
Sure.
Yes.
I loved it.
Before everybody is coming. You see, that's my stuff. getting ready. In a few minutes, they're gonna come, all the customers.
Uh-huh.
And this
beautiful.
is our backyard.
Beautiful.
That's your seat now.
Are
And
you
you can see
open?
over there
Yeah.
the first smoker that my dad did. This
Awesome.
is the trailer
Mm-hmm.
when I did the pop-up events with that.
Wow, it's huge.
Yeah.
Are you open for dinner mostly or for lunch too?
Yeah. No, dinner, mostly dinner.
Okay.
We have 2 seats every evening.
Uh-huh.
And we serve everything. Every customer has his, I'm not sure how to say that.
Has their own.
This, you put this, so we keep it warm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and every few minutes, the waiters are serving something and say, this is a brisket, 18 hours, and Texas style seasoning, stuff like that.
Yeah. So people can't just come for a small meal. You have to do the full 7-course experience, right?
No, we have small meal with 5, which is
Okay.
enough. But when somebody comes from the distance, they want to eat everything, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They want to try everything. But we have a doggy bag. People take it at home.
Yeah. And during COVID, could people do pickup or delivery during the pandemic or?
What? Sorry?
During COVID, were you able to stay open and do delivery or pickup?
Oh, we did deliveries. Yeah, the waiter was the delivery guys, and we did some. Okay, it's getting noisy here. I'll show you the garden in the meantime.
Sure.
They put music in the restaurant and stuff.
Most important, where's Steak? Where is he?
What?
Where's Steak? He has the cutest dog.
Oh yeah, here he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, you named your dog Steak. That's a great name.
There he is.
Oh, very cute.
Bobo.
He's the resident. He makes sure everything tastes perfect.
That's a great job. That's a great job for the dog.
Yeah.
It's probably well fed.
Sorry?
A well fed dog.
Oh, we have some. I'm not sure. We have a pit hole here.
Yep.
We put sometimes chicken, but now it's not working.
Uh-huh.
Only in special events we do it, but it's a special occasion, yeah. But this is like also a smoking kind of too.
Wow. So I know our audience who lives in Israel and those who visit Israel will want to come to your restaurant now and are getting very hungry. I like how you say 5 courses is a small meal. I've never heard of that being small, but I think 7 courses will have to save our appetite. Yeah.
It's I'm not sure how to say. Maybe it's half a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure how to.
Sure.
It's big, but not very, very big.
Yeah.
It's not only for guys.
Sure.
Okay.
No.
Everybody can eat it.
Yeah. Other women pitmasters. Yeah.
Yeah. No, pitmaster. Yeah, we have in Israel few actually, not very a lot of them. But I'm saying as the customers, it's not only for guys.
Oh,
the
sure.
7 meals.
Sure. Of course.
It's a lot and it's fun. It's fine.
Well, it seems like you have a lot of fun, and it's great that you can do this with your father. And
Thank you.
we've had a lot of fun watching your restaurant and seeing how you guys operate in the kitchen. And it looks like you have a great staff and a great dog to work alongside you. So
Thank you for hosting us.
Yeah, and I'm sure for those who are in our audience who want to know how to visit Ziv's restaurant, feel free to email us. You can send us an email at webinar@aifl.org, and we'll be happy to share with you the name and the address of Ziv's restaurant, the hours. Is it hard to get a reservation, or people can?
Yeah, actually it is. But you can contact me on the Instagram. I'm the one who's operating that, and I'm gonna answer any questions.
Okay, so people will write to you directly on Instagram. Is the main
Instagram,
social media? Okay. And Noam, how do people find you and your sons and wherever you may be in your RV in the world?
So if you go to trompoking.com,
Uh-huh.
TROMPOKING.com, you can scroll down to the bottom, and then you can find Pit Boss Dave, Brew on the Queue. We also have, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse, TikTok, YouTube. There's one that I'm missing. But we're on everything you can possibly imagine, except for Snapchat. I don't think we have a Snapchat yet. We do?
Twitter.
Oh, we have Twitter. There we go.
Twitter. Okay.
We have a Twitter as well. And then we will post where our next location will be, and then where we're going next after that. What we're either competing in or just visiting.
How many competitions are there in the United States? Is it a constant thing?
Probably one every day, but you know, we just last month we did a 3-day competition. So we're cooking for 24 hours over a 3-day period. We were spent. I needed a week off from that.
Wow. In
this heat, it was very, very hot. It took a lot out of us, but we did okay. You know, we turned out okay, and we're going to go on to the next one.
And so you have to pick and choose. You can't do every single one of them every day, obviously.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
But we also go and visit competitions. Not necessarily we're cooking in them, but we also like to go support our barbecue family. And the barbecue community is amazing. Amazing people. And you get to meet all different walks of life, from the retired CEO to the older gentleman to the youngest, you know, to peers their age, and they're all just amazing people.
That's awesome. So Gabe and Seth, what's in your future? Do you want to do what your dad is doing when you're his age, or where you see yourselves?
Well, I actually wanted to be a prosthetic engineer.
Oh.
He wants to make technical body parts. That's his goal.
Okay. That's a little different.
Just a little bit.
Well, good luck with that, but you can still cook on the side and have fun with your family. And feel free to keep eating. You don't have to stop.
Basically, I just see cooking, and I'm not sure what else I would have ahead of me, but basically right now I think about cooking.
Well, it looks like a lot of fun, and you have a great father to follow in his footsteps. Thank you.
Well, Seth has his bar mitzvah coming up in September, and we're going to make another trip to Israel so he could see that his program at Afikim is complete and enjoy it with the kids there. And that's when's your bar mitzvah? September 10th. September 10th.
Well, that should be great. And you'll have to make another stop at Zeev's restaurant.
Maybe 2 or 3 stops while we're there. Yes.
Exactly. Well, I want to thank Noam and Gabe and Seth, and I want to thank Zeev and Moshe for taking time out. I know you're very busy with your cooking and grilling and smoking and celebrating Father's Day. And Zeev, I know your restaurant is probably getting busy at this time of day. And
busy right now, yeah.
So thank you so much for your time. And again, for those of you who want to learn more and get copies of this webinar, share it with others, get recipes, learn how to follow Noam and Zeev, feel free to email us at webinar@aifl.org. And thank you to our audience on Facebook Live and Zoom and YouTube and our websites. And please join us next time on our next webinar as we celebrate Pride Month and we look to the future of the movement with the leadership of Israeli and American youth organizations in the LGBTQ space. So thank you again to all of our panelists. Happy Father's Day to my father, who I'm seeing in Boston, and to all the fathers out there. And have a great time, and good luck with the next cooking adventures for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.